for all the wrong reasons, I guess. You know, is there going to be more sort of on the server and off the server kind of drama? But here we go, folks, getting into Mirage. Super excited for it. forZe looking to come hot off the presses. Astralis, hopefully, not going to get the wool pulled over their eyes, let's say, you know, and fooled out by this forZe team.
Let's see, though. It is Mirage. It's one of forZe's happy hunting grounds, I guess you could say, in this one. So let's see how it goes. All the experience in the world for some of these Astralis players, but they're up against it, and they very much know it already. A bit of an A execute is being planned for forZe in the pistol. blameF with the dualies and the Kevlar. forZe, the player with the defuse kit. Already, they're rotating all the way back toward B, and that read is not accurate, I'm afraid, for Astralis. There's one player sort of scouting out a little bit toward ramp, of course. That is blameF with those dualies, but he's about to have a bit of rainfall come his way, and he's going to get spooked by Jerry and Connector, and as soon as he's spotted, Shelfie pounces, and that's a free A bomb site.
blameF looking to get the first kill for Astralis here. Bomb's going to go down. In the meantime, there is a kit for forZe. No kills yet for the CT side. blameF with a few pre-fires, but nothing coming his way. Jerry finds another onto Mister, the new addition to this squad. blameF, though, starting to chime in. How many more can he get, right? Keep your eyes on the monster. Unfortunately, no more. Only one kill. A cracking opening there for forZe. Beautiful stuff.
That was perfect. Absolutely spot on. Jerry was the problem, really, for blameF to begin with in that round. Before he was even taken down by Shelfie, it was a very quick period, but once he got that information, Shelfie pounced, and then Jerry could just play the long con and get behind some of these players on Astralis, and already that's a fantastic start for forZe. They're going to go for the full rifles in the next round as well, not risking any SMGs, even though it is a full eco from Astralis coming in. A little boost on the edge of triple, perhaps, to get some cheeky dinks with the USP, but any more than that would be a bit hard to come by.
Molly at window. They're hoping they move towards A, aren't they, really? It's a nice cheeky little angle. The classic Astralis USP pistol strats. But forZe are not wasting any time. Yeah, true. Very true.
It's been like 5 years of watching them win these sort of rounds, so, you know.
Yep. It looks like they're edging towards B, though, doesn't it? Which is unfortunate for the Astralis camp. Still, potential to find one gun, and an AK sticking around in the hands of Shelfie. Actually, the bomb is making its way towards A. I hadn't quite clocked that, and maybe neither are they, but it's all this, you know, disarray that they're kind of working with here that should be their advantage. A couple kills come in. B is clear, so I think they will know that the rest of the players are in and around this A bomb site, but they're all good, you know. They've got all the info that they need. No kills come through. It's all fine. No panic stations there for forZe.
Very calm for forZe. All 5 players up as well, and of course, when they do buy the 5 rifles, it means you don't have to reinvest into something into the next round, right? So, no MAC-10s being dropped over. Full 5 rifles still kept in play. 2 Galils, 3 AKs, and that's the way to go about it. If you're Jerry as well, cleans up those 2 players nicely, and that's a 5-0 start for him as well. Astralis gun round. In we go. No AWP available for forZe just yet. blameF and blameF do like to share calling a little bit sometimes. I think blameF does tend to call a little bit more on this map compared to blameF. And they're going to go for an immediate execute. Bouncing the flash off of ramp. That does push forZe off the angle. 1 player CT and Mister. But all the smokes are currently locking Astralis out.
A lot of damage through, yeah, a lot of damage. Gap on the edge of the stairs smoke, though. Beautiful. Kenzie will find forZe. That's the first kill to come through. Really patient play here from forZe. They're so ready. They're so prepped for this, aren't they? You can just feel it. blameF trapped and overwhelmed. I'm going to go down. It's a fake out, though. Bit of spam comes through from Mister, and he'll get caught. Red, like a book, and it allows them to go for the more open plant. This is really good stuff from forZe so far.
Red like a book. Red like the Astralis star. But will that star burn too much brighter for too much longer? That is the question. One of the longest streaks in Counter-Strike history is at risk in the next 2 BO3s. Even if Astralis win this one, if they go into the 2-2 game and lose as well, of course, they will not make the major. And MLG Columbus 2016, when this organisation got started, in Counter-Strike. And of course, that was off the back of the Danish core legendary players on that team. So ever since they started, they've been around.
B, remember us?
Yes, exactly. You say Cajun, I say B.
Yeah.
There you go.
Stuff. Well, I wonder where he's at. I know he was playing for AGF for a little while there.
You know, I'm pretty sure there was an announcement because they had to call up Mister. Didn't there was an announcement that Cajun was helping out Astralis talent for a little bit?
Ooh, maybe. I'm not sure. It says apparently on HLTV he's playing for ex-AGF.
Okay.
But yes, I think you are correct. He's got a few
he's helping
games,
out Astralis talent.
Couple, you know, like 10 days ago or whatever for Astralis talent.
There you go.
So there you go.
I wasn't lying to myself.
32, still grinding, still gaming.
I remembered
Top 15 player in 2015. There you go.
There you go. Jerry wanted to line up his molly. I think when you do start the burn phase of a Molotov, it is kind of heard by a CT side. That little click of the flint. And already, Mister with a 5-7. Oh, he's playing around with this angle really nicely as Mister at the moment flashed in. 5-7 so dangerous, but he's a bit blind as well. And he might be taken down now, but he still gets one more, and then blame's there to help. That's a brilliant cleanup from Astralis. Blame on the scene at exactly the right time, leaving Jerry last alive in Palace that entire time as well, and Blame makes it 3. Great cleanup. 5-7, baited in. And Astralis win a really, really important round. Look at their money off the back of that victory, just like that. 3 AKs recovered.
And there is the potential of one of the greatest organizations and squads in the game.
That was just good team play, wasn't it? It can always
and
show up at the right time.
Really speaking to it, really looking solid with that, and you know, they'll be able to deal, man. They'll be able to deal some really nice rounds out from forZe, but how many of those you got? I've seen this before. Don't you worry about it. And yeah, they sow a little bit of discord with a buy like that. Play a bit looser, play a bit faster, and it's super effective. Glaive, spotting info. Nice nade. Maybe a follow-up, perhaps. The flash comes around to see if he's pushed around the corner. Not going to be the case, but there is a player, half HP now, trapped up at the top end of middle.
Yeah, and Zip will find that one as well toward Jerry. They're going to try and pounce toward B off the back of that, but Glaive is too strong, and Zip, I think, knows that Zorta is close on the line with that AWP as well. He's going to have to fall away. Shelfie has a line in mid, and Farley, I think... that trajectory of the smoke is certainly spotted by Shelfie, but Astralis 5v3, not a tick of damage taken by any single one of them. They're in a good spot to recover another gun round. Well, technically the first gun round, as the last one was with 5-7s. Damage here would be the order of the day, really, for forZe. Can't let Astralis to build up a bank too early, especially after winning on a half buy. Kenzie should be able to pre-fire Blame out of the round, and does. Farley on the line, though. And does get a quick trade, which is an important one. Would have been a 3v3 otherwise. Now it's a 4v2. 1 each so far for Astralis. Shelfie and Zorta might be saving. I tell a lie. I mean, look where Shelfie is. Looking for something, but the bomb's quite a way away. That's why I was thinking maybe a save in Ladderum might be in order, but they've managed to creep up towards short. Up cap. And 9 seconds. If Zorta can plant safe... it should be fine. Zip's not choosing to swing this either because it is being planted in the corner. Smart to stay alive, trying to secure it long term. Zorta's going to look for him, and he's now dinked through the wall. Zorta could have taken that one, and then the round could have been back on again. But now they're going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. Zorta finds one. Oh, hang on a second. Shelfie's found Glaive, and now it's all going to be down to the aforementioned Zorta. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Close up. No scopes, Mister. It's all down to Zip, who is low HP, but he doesn't pull out the pistol, and Zip recovers it at the final second. Goodness me, I said forZe needed to do damage. It was almost a victory.
Yeah, goodness gracious. And to think at one point maybe there was an angle to save, but forZe not pulling any punches, that confidence that we talked about yesterday seems to be so important to this team. They've said so themselves, is really running high, isn't it? To go for that 4v2 and very nearly pull it off. Wow. Yeah. If he'd taken a quick peek on the left.
Yeah.
While he was recocking. That would be the ultimate kind of, you know, min-max, really. But, oh, easier said than done. Mr. letting go of left mouse before jumping. Whoopsie-daisy. You know, it's like that XQC clip. They've flashed triple guys. Definitely wasn't me. Either way, they're all
Classic.
B, so it doesn't matter, right? If they were rushing out A, it might have had an effect, but it doesn't. farLe boosted up here on the aggressive angle. This could be deadly. Flashed off, at the very least. What's the move? They're quite far back, so I'm not sure. They've managed to creep Shalfie into window to try and cut off some rotations. In we go with the burst towards B. Zip at the back end of the site. Gets ruined. Here's the rotation frag. Oh, goodness. That is a great little set round. 5v3. I think you just saved, to be honest. They do not have money to afford
farLe's so stuck.
this loss. And farLe, yeah, a bit too late to the party. blameF with a flank. He wants to, but the boss man has put his foot down and said, nope, we got to save.
Yep. Glaive and Blame off to save this one. And after the round they won previous, which was so tight, it makes them a little bit tight for cash in the next round as well. farLe and Zip should be fine, but yeah, that is a rough round for Astralis. Zip had the heroics of winning a 1v1 on very low HP in the previous, but gets caught out by the Tech 9, and then Shalfie just lurks through Murder Hole and destroys the rotation. Perfect crosshair placement on a difficult angle. Takes him out, and an unlikely fourth goes forZe's way.
Difficult one to stomach for Astralis. That is indeed where, you know, that kind of experience that we were talking about really comes into play. It's generally, though, a bit of a logistical thing. They just don't have a lot left in the bank, so a lot of pressure moving into this round. They sort of know that, though, and they've got to do something aggressive and get in the face of their opponents. A dink does land onto Zorte. Big early damage.
Thankfully, it is the AWPer, so being low HP doesn't matter as much. But of course, there are a couple of grenades that could fly his way at some point, so needs to be careful. What do you choose to do when you've got a player dink down to 10 HP? I think Zorta might just be able to wait for a rotation to come in and maybe play as a trading player with the AWP. Flash is flubbed, I'm afraid. Hits one of the players in the arse. Have to fall away. Not much information for Astralis to have so far.
Yeah, it is indeed. Really winding the clock down again. forZe, the issue is, you know, you got to be careful with your utility and moving into the ladder round. Also, a lot of these rounds look pretty heavily structured. And the minds behind Astralis may well get a read on that eventually. What's the move? Ready for an A burst.
I don't mind this because they've got Shalfie and Con, so, and Kenzie too. That could be a line above that smoke if Glaive's not careful. Shalfie ready to trade off of them. Flashbang actually will go into Con, and now Kenzie's very blunt on that angle, and Glaive finds the kill first. Really well done, but Shalfie was always going to be there. Now the A-burst will come in, and this is doing a great job right now. Oh, he gets 3. Superb triple. The stand-in steps up. And Astralis should get their third because Zort is off to save with 10 HP.
Lovely stuff. They will indeed hold on. I think it was that connector play, right? Smoke's going down the flash. It felt like maybe it was a slight bit too early, but it just ran enough interference, didn't it, to be fair? He was unblinded, but not fully, and, you know, on the edge of the smoke and all that sort of stuff. It's a lot to consider. Nonetheless, Astralis finding their groove. It's taken a bit of time. forZe are going to give them a good run for their money. I think that is pretty obvious. All the same. Really solid stuff. And yeah, it's good to see Mr. stepping up. Looking good.
Yeah, important for Mr. Tough roll as well. A-side anchor. Often just a jump spot towards CT is all you can do. One boost coming in. There were 2 players close though, and Shalfie's going to get caught by Blame. And when I say 2 players close, it's actually going to be a sort of a triple hold in mid with Blame going for that early pick and farLe looking toward under with the AWP. They're going to fall away with that 5v4 now. Damage done to Kenzie as well. Oh, close to dealing with farLe. That's going to be the most fascinating battle of this game, I would say. farLe, who's had plenty of criticism, it's fair to say.
Yes.
Sometimes rightly, sometimes not. But up against Zorto is one of the most sort of talented AWPers in Tier 2, especially in, you know, a Russian scene, which is overflowing with talent. How that battle transpires over the course of this BO3 will be very interesting. They're going to try and pinch A again, but they're going to be walking into still plenty of players, so it's going to be difficult with the Glue on the Mac 10.
Oh, nice finds from Mister again. He's looking very good, isn't he, in these rounds? Zorte misses his shot. Farley will take him down. There's maybe the first chronicle of our interesting battle. 4-4 now. Astralis starting to turn a bit dominant, I have to say. These rounds are really, really falling apart, it seems, for forZe.
Yeah, another good hold for Mister, it has to be said. I mentioned, you know, he hasn't been too bad, really, for a stand-in. But he knows his stuff, and I haven't called him up for no reason. Of course, Astralis talent, they know who they're getting on those rosters, and that's why those academy teams can be so impactful, right, when you're in these situations. So let's not even talk about Mouse, for example, who have brought up literally 3 from their academy. But, you know, just having an academy that has players that play regularly is very important for these sort of situations where it could be an emergency. Everyone's read all the config stories. We don't need to go into anything about that in this series. It's all about Mister and whether he can play well. And so far, he is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is a team that, you know, it'd be perfect for him, really. He could probably find his groove and really impress in a game like this. Just walks out. Literally. Oh, no, not literally. A P250. Dang it.
Damn, you've used literally too literally again.
I have, mate. I have. I mean, yeah, that's a classic,
happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it.
Indeed.
Look at this.
Love this. There you go. Nice little shot down the tunnel. Who's coming?
Sucks.
Who's
Appreciate
peeking?
it. Just want someone to peek under really badly. Blame, don't molly it, peek them, please. I want to see a 5-man lineup with 20 bullets. Blame, go back.
He wants to.
Go on.
That's what all this. Oh.
Yes.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Hey!
Oh god, that's funny. They must have worked on that though, to be fair, because like
absolutely,
that feels like a pretty unbeatable angle actually. You know, unless you go wide into it, but definitely walking in, they just see you way before you come around that corner.
Blame is like, oh my goodness, I've just seen 5 players and I've been destroyed. And now they're going to be rushing in toward B. You never know. Zips under some pressure with this one. Gets the first. Looking for a second. Gets it. Spray transfer for the third. Is a little bit lucky to find Kenzie, but in the end he's done his job. Now Glaive is here to help. Also dinked up, but he finishes off the final 2 kills. Astralis' blushes are spared. They'll now take the lead at 5-4. And other than losing a couple of players there, they've looked very solid recently. forZe need to find something new.
Yeah, it certainly does seem to be falling apart a little bit. Maybe a timeout, to be honest. But we'll see. Oh, what? I don't think that was intended. Whoopsie daisy. And we caught it as well. That's kind of annoying. Not quite sure. He's got a hair in his mouse, you know. Just give it a turn upside down and blow into it.
Unfortunately.
And a window smoke that's failed, maybe? Or was that... No, I think so. That's a T-side smoke. It looks like it's failed. So the jitters, the nerves get into forZe here. It's been a weird round in terms of the utility.
It has. Looking for the run boost again for Zorta, but look who's close again. It's blameF. Orpa's going to be flying in. He manages to strafe behind the boxes and go for the duel, but oh, he just can't hit it. Needed that one, but Blame recovers and even gets a second as well. Blame is really doing great work at the moment, it has to be said, on the gun rounds. Glaive finds one toward Joey as well. That kill feed is a pretty ridiculous one, but Mister still under. Norvi not expecting that whatsoever, and now it's just Kenzie 1 versus 3. Knows exactly where Mister is, I'd imagine. But problem is, look where the bomb is. It is top mid and miles away. Looking for 1 kill, but I think Glaive might have just spotted an arm there. He's going to have to swing at some point. There it is. Glaive spots it, goes for the peak, and takes him out. 6-4 for Astralis. forZe have struggled a little bit to find any control in the T rounds, and that's the second time they've gone for that mid-run boost, right? And that has not really been successful so far.
True. Very true. and the rounds are kind of starting to devolve a little. Yeah, we'll see. Astralis seem to have figured it out very, very quickly. I do feel like they need to take a timeout on that force side. Nothing seems to be working, and money's starting to really expand for that CT side. You know, once you start getting players above 10k, it's a really, really good sign. So, I'm very, very curious. Jerry, flash ready to go. Maybe want some support from the boys, but they're just sort of trying to fake it out, make it a bit weird, and, you know, they're edging towards B, I guess, on the Astralis side. Not as fully as they would like. Shalfie, though, takes out Mister. Ooh, and the smoke down gives him some space. This could get a little weird. Meanwhile, they're actually headed back towards B, and now indeed they have over-rotated ever so slightly onto this A side. It's just Zip anchoring the B bomb site. Nice smoke to get under it. He can't spot any heads. Gap going to start to close, but there's no flash to blind him up. He's going to find two. Yep, okay. Zip holding strong. Onto the USP, just trying to buy time now. He's done his work. Surely has to fall soon. He will, and it's Zorte with the big double, though. Glaive's only on 1 HP. blameF's miles away from the action. Uh-oh. This is problematic.
Oh my goodness. Zorte, that second frag is unbelievable. And look at the HP on Glaive, but he just says, well, I'm better than you, and swings and takes him down with just that 1 point of health remaining. Now kenzie, very, very winnable. 1 versus 2, but it's Blame, and Blame is too clean. Great recovery from Astralis. Zip did really well in the end after thinking he'd killed the first player. Switched away to the second, but in the end got both that he needed to waste all the clock. And in the end, Zorte almost recovered the round. With Zip wasting time, doing his best, and gets that second that he knew was very low. And yeah, that was very winnable for forZe in that situation, but Glaive on that 1 point of health takes the point, and Blame is there to support to finish off the final frag. Astralis 7-4. Timeout being used by forZe. There you go.
Yeah.
High five.
Indeed. Jinx. Lol.
I mean, I can't talk.
No, well, something like that. I mean, to be honest, there is nothing stopping you. You know.
Exactly.
So. But, indeed, yeah, timeout, I think rightly so. We've got to start to find some success here on that forZe side. The pressure's on. They're coming close. I don't know, man. When these rifles have been in play, Astralis have looked really, really clean. And, yeah, like I said, forZe, the early rounds look cool, but they're predictable, bro. And Astralis playing around that greatly. Shalfie going to eat a nade once again. He just seems to be melting at the back boxes every time he tries to go.
Very true. Nice frag from Farley. Knowing that Shalfie's in toward Delpan, I think you call that. Classic call out. Catches him as he retreats, even with the help of a flashbang. Another opening for Astralis, which they've been very good at converting so far, it has to be said. forZe struggling a little bit ever since their hot start, but there's a good recovery. Zorte's found Blame through the edge of a smoke. And Jerry is continuing to be a nuisance toward B. 2 players have con control now. Mister knows that and will molly it off and fall away. Jerry trying to play with Zip toward apartments. Zip's gone up close. I think Jerry might be aware of that. It's a smoke battle. Does Zip want to consider it any further? I don't think so. He'll fall away with that. 45 seconds. Bomb is sort of being taken slowly back toward B now. But there are 2 players in position. Both Farley and Zip.
Zip. Not going to get mollied, not going to get flashed. They're not expecting him here at all. Traded instantly, but he's just created that space, hasn't he, to retain the man advantage here and to make this round very, very difficult indeed. Mister. Not ready for the side. Oh, gets caught jumping up. That is disastrous timing. Glaive, though. Surely not expected. Yeah, I'm going to drop the bomb. There's no time for the round, really. Might even be beneficial to go down before time ends. And indeed, kenzie will. So, 8th round for Astralis. Rolling through the motions. I mean, damage being done, but it feels really weird, doesn't it? It feels like there's never really a point in these rifle rounds where it's like, oh, forZe could possibly win this. It's always Astralis that are like the 1 or 2 steps ahead, and forZe playing pretty flat, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, that flash was pretty spot on as well. You saw that frag from Farley. Perfectly gets him on the angle, but obviously, as an AWPer, the instinct when you get flashed is to shoot, and He shot in exactly the right place to take that kill. forZe with a bit of a weird buy coming in here. They've got Zorta only on that Deagle, with 4 AKs to surround it, of course. They've got max loss bonus, have had for a while. Astralis with double the score of forZe Mister. Again, taking point toward ramp and getting an opening. And Astralis have been converting every single advantage so far ever since this little streak they had. And look at the money. blameF on 11 grand right now. Looking very solid, and Mister getting consistent kills toward A is a very promising sign.
kenzie. The semblance of mid control, but they really, after losing 2 fast like that, have very, very few options and no real map control to work with. What's the move here, boys? Looks like a window smoke. Try and get kenzie activated. And some kind of an A split with the 3 of them, but, you know, there's 4 players ready to go, and look how deep Zip's got into the apartments. He started to build the confidence, getting more and more aggressive over on B as the rounds go on. kenzie will fall, and now just sorta and Jerry to move rounds, so, yeah, should be all said and done here. Silently, in fairness, Molotov for Jerry if he wants to use it. He seems to have an idea there's a player in towards dark, but he really doesn't want to give his sneaky little spot away. However, Mister will dry peek it. Why not? 5v2, 15 seconds. You can give your life away if it comes to it. And indeed, all the peaks coming in. Fair play to Zorti finding 2, but another round goes the way of Astralis, and again, just they're really not sweating here, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Astralis happy to give Zorta a bit of deathmatch there at the end of the round, trying to take him down, and eventually they do. Very rough situation for forZe at the moment. Astralis looking very good, and they are they're really staying calm. I think in the mid rounds as well, where they've had pinches come in from forZe. A couple of them were successful, of course, in the early game, but now at this stage they're sussing them out very easily, and forZe have gone very cold. Everyone in Astralis is getting a good amount of kills as well, and as you say, Zip is very happy to start pushing B and suffocate the T-side players. And blameF in towards Sandwich is not going to be checked, does a significant amount of damage to the second player as well, and eventually finishes him off. The Molotov separates the play, unfortunately, for forZe, which means the 3 players are just stuck in the back of ramp. Zorta with what is a hero AK is not going to be left with much to do. Shalfie disappears, and Norvi's on 1 point of health. A tickle would take him down. And waiting is all they can really do.
Yeah, I mean, just rolling through the motions here, man. blameF going to start to gather info at the ramp. Does he want to go in? Well, he's certainly sticking around to hold it, and they're going to try and just, you know, double peek, get that trade. blameF with some good timing. Probably calling for a flash if there's one available here. It's actually a nade that will indeed find Norvi. There's the flash as well, and Zorte spotted left low. So it's not the frag, it's not the flawless round, but, you know, they've got plenty of money for the rest of the half here, to be honest. All good in the hood for Astralis. Really making it look easy. Really making it look easy, especially for a map, you know, in the past that they really didn't like, so that is certainly something to consider. There's no room here for forZe to battle back. And you have to remember, folks, they won the pistol.
Yep.
So without that, this is incredibly dominating from Astralis.
In this particular situation between these 2 particular teams, who would you say it favours most that they share a permaban?
Ooh, probably Astralis, right? I think that it allows them an awful lot of space. They have a more solid map pool.
Yeah.
And, you know, they can just go... They're a team and a level where it's like, sure, maybe at the top level they're struggling, whatever, inconsistent, you know. But this is a team, again, like I say, that they should be able to beat here. And you just, you know, go for a clean map, pick your nuke, feel a bit comfortable, especially probably when you see the Mirage come out. And yeah, you can just be really, really happy with playing your own game at the end of the day, you know. So I feel like it's experience and playing at the top level and all that. It just makes it very comfortable that they have the same permaban. You don't have to worry about a punish pick coming through. So yeah,
exactly. And you'd have a good answer. You have a good answer to most things.
Thanks, man.
Right.
I do appreciate that.
Pretty important buy round coming in here for forZe. It's a final round of the half, and 5 is pretty imperative, it has to be said. Shalfie lurking through under. Blame now realises that Molly has stopped burning. So he'll hop away from Con and won't give away any picks. Out toward A already. A bit faster this time. And maybe looking like they're willing to take a duel up toward the edge of jungle and connector, of course, as well. As on the edge of the smoke, Blame is hiding, though, and only a leg is spotted, and it's not quick enough. Blame takes the kill, traded by Kenzie, thankfully. And Shalfie is fighting away in the bottom of Con. Bomb can go down, though, with Kenzie's frag toward Mister. Flash over CT as well coming in. Very stuck he is on the right corner, but he's not checked. Oh, that's dirty from farLe. Completely catching Kenzie with his pants down on that one, hiding on the rubbish bin. And Shalfie taking glaive means that the round's still on, though. 2v2 as Zip finds Jerry. Sorta on the edge of triple, and will get peeked by Zip from jungle. It's all Shalfie. I believe the bomb is planted for him, but a re-smoke's coming in toward the top of Con, and now he has to guess where farLe is. It's an impossible guess. Not many bullets left, and he's out. Diffuser will come in. Astralis cling back the half. 11-4 after a rough start. They're going to be delighted with that one. We'll see the second half play out after a quick break.
Hey Future Pros, we have another execute for you and your friends to learn. This execute will help when you are taking the B site on Mirage. For this setup, you will need at least 3 Future Pros and 3 smokes and optionally a bunch of flashes. Let's break this down. Future Pro number 1, you'll be throwing one of the arch smokes. To do this, line yourself up with this corner of the cracked stone floor. Aim at the left side of this dark squarish smudge on the wall, then simply jump throw the smoke. Since you threw this from close to mid, I would recommend wrapping around cat to get to B or maybe holding off rotations in mid. Future Pro number 2, you will throw the other arch smoke. To do this, line up with the middle part of this window. Aim to the sky and position your crosshair so it is in the middle of the antenna and the overhang. Then throw the smoke normally. Future Pro number 3, you will be smoking off the window leading into the B site. To throw the smoke, get yourself into this corner. Aim at the corner of this large tower, then jump throw the smoke. Nice and easy. With all 3 of these smokes thrown, taking the B site should be much easier than it would be without them. To make this even easier on your team, get your players to lob as many flashes as possible over the top of B. And as always, good luck.
Money, money, baby. It's looking good for Astralis. 11-4 and really, really dominating 11-4. The rounds that they were winning them, they're all in a row. And they didn't win the pistol. So a really great CT half from them all round. And forZe making them work for a couple of the rounds, but really not an awful lot. So far, the storyline, the favorite, the experienced legends, all that looking good. forZe, though, going to hope to change that up.
Yep. CT side, you never know. There is a law that a lot of us casters talk about that I refuse to mention. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So let's see what happens. Jerry will smoke himself off towards CT. He does have a kit to play with in this round, so they can play retake, and they're doing just that. kenzie already finds one, but Mister's fighting through and fighting brilliantly. Gotta say, Mister's my MVP for this game so far. He's been playing superbly. 2 kills on the Glock, and Blame with the P250 will find Jerry over the top of that, and Mister even finds a third. Norvi stuck on triple between 3 players. Actually, the first wasn't even looking at him, but he gets gooshed immediately by Farley and gets taken out. And this is looking very, very clean for Astralis. 12-4 with a pistol victory. forZe with a good start to that retake, I guess you could say, but Mister then said, no, I'm here to play.
Yeah, he's really been looking good. I think I kind of agree with you. The MVP of the game, you know, numbers and just kind of the timing that he's found. A lot of really great rounds from him, especially in the early stage of that first half where they really started to pick up speed. He was kind of caught off in a good number of spots on A, isolated, and 2 or 3 kills pretty consistently off the back of, you know, just a simple little flash or whatever from a teammate. So not a lot to work with. And, well, he found a lot from it. forSe coming in for forZe. So Astralis' game is really in their hands if they win this, for sure.
Yeah. You were mentioning to me in the half-time break about your thoughts about how forZe just went a bit quiet, right? And I completely agree with you in the fact that mid, they kept trying it and it wasn't working. And I mean, mid control is the answer to a lot of things on Mirage, but whatever Astralis did, I got to say, they countered it perfectly. forZe couldn't make anything happen off the back of that. After those 4 rounds they got. Ever since Astralis have put their foot down. And the experience on LAN especially is starting to show. Don't forget forZe dropped that series to Imperial in the last major. Experience really told there. Could it be happening again?
Well, so far on Mirage, it is. Well, I'm going to go down. They decided to stack, so I don't know whether they'll go for this or whether they'll just hold what they have. Might be a bit of an anticlimactic finish to this round, guys. Soz.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like it will
SOZ.
be. Maybe kenzie goes a hunting, but the vast majority of them will just...
Is this Inferno or something? Why have we got 10 players alive with 1,000 HP intact? There we go.
Okay, so we have some bullets fired. Very cool. Any kills? Any frags? Oh, yep. Okay. blameF will get one. But again, they don't want to hunt too deep. They don't want to lose these guns and just move into the next. So we'll see what forZe have got planned. I'd love a pace switch up from this one. You know, a stack that's really slow, and hopefully they walk into us. And in the next one, I would like to see them run up mid, you know, or something along those lines.
Yeah, something quick would be nice. Considering they've got a bit of a buffer now to work with. It's always nice to, you know, change up the pace and give your opponents a different look as well. And of course, forZe saving basically everything they had means they can try again. And as you say, for either team, something different would be nice. Once Astralis get their guns sorted, and there you go. There's a nice little kill feed. I'll have a good full kill feed there. Headshot through the smoke with a flashbang assist. Shame it wasn't a wall bang, but there we are. blame holding the line underneath that box, so there is a tiny little pixel, of course, through the edge of it. You can hold and see maybe a CT pushing for some information. And once you see him, you can just swing wide and pre-fire that angle. Bit of a dirty one, gotta say.
Boosting towards window through the smoke. I was talking about that.
Yeah.
In the half time, and there it is. I said, you know, it's why a lot of top teams do it. forZe never really clocked onto that. You know, you run interference, you put smokes down on sort of every facet of mid, and then it allows you to be unpredictable. They are kind of aware that maybe a player could come that way too in connector. Looking to squeeze the jungle area, perhaps. Oh, kenzie, though, that is a nice find. blameF activated. We'll trade him. Now we're 4-on-3. Pretty problematic getting that bomb in towards the site, to be honest with you. 25 seconds. Player at CT. 2 players at CT, actually. Trying to flash and keep them away to get that bomb down. Norvi, get this frag. Yep, and it's on. Oh, goodness. Catching the bomb planter as well. forZe looking good here. blameF.
There it is.
He's pretty solid. But he ain't that solid. He will get overwhelmed, and there's the 5th. So that buys the forZe squad a bit more time.
Yeah, that is probably one of the rounds that you say is a must-win, right? Because especially as it's their second attempt after the force buy, right? So they saved it once, they tried again, and it's successful. Does wonders for your economy. Shelfie's going to have a gun and plenty of utility, of course, as well, with some cash left in the bank. This shot from Norvi took a while, but in the end finds it, and yeah, Blame was stuck very low towards stairs. Nothing much they can do about that. As soon as that first pick came from Zorza from window toward top mid, I had a little feeling that maybe this is the round Astralis fall to. And the Deagles come up trumps. Lovely shots coming in. They need their players like Norvi, for example, to step up and try and even up their KD like the other players are. And they're going to respond immediately, Astralis. Straight in toward B, but it's not working out too great for them. Shelfie and Norvi get a kill each. Glaive and Zip running in for the cause. And no one else following, unfortunately.
Well, a bit of damage control maybe, but yeah, certainly just trying to test the water, see what they can get away with in a round like that. Not as much as they would want, I suppose. But yeah, they've got plenty of rounds to play with, so they can certainly go for that and, you know, see whether it'll work out. Catch them sleeping, you never know. Not going to be the case so. forZe were born in the B rushes, I'm sure, coming down from, you know, the doldrums of Tier 2, Tier 3.
Yes.
So, yeah, they are very ready for that kind of a strat for sure. Jerry on the jump spot has indeed seen them. A couple of nades. That should be good damage. Oh, never mind. It was just a bit short. So let's see here. The rotations all roll round. They don't have a lot of utility on this Astralis side.
Nice.
Great flash round. Jerry does get traded, but every kill worth its weight in gold here for the CT side. farley with a big frag. Dink for dink. They do have time to move back towards B. This could be a cool little mid-round call from them. There is still a player on short who's ready for the B hit, but that means they've only got to get through one. Let's see.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, if Blame can trade out farley here, will obviously go first on low HP, then you never know. But they are in a pretty good position now as Norvi, and I think he'll be able to hear it from miles off. The Elephants are stomping in. And there's the information. High HP player goes down first. Bomb drops in the apartments. 8 seconds to go. farley with an excellent kill. But in the end, that's all she wrote. Zorta finds that one as well. 2 players remain up. And now Astralis are left with barely any cash at all. Only Glaive has enough to buy, so they're not going to be forcing too much into this one. And maybe now this is where the comeback can begin.
Possibly. Possibly. They've managed to stabilize things on the CT side. It'd be quite the run back. I would be very surprised, but we'll see. Stranger things at this very tournament have happened, so... Astralis, do not count your eggs before they hatch. Just a loose buy from them. A few deagles, bit of armor. You shouldn't expect too much.
Yeah, just a couple of deagles. Glaive had a bit of extra cash, so 4 grand was enough for him to get a bit of Kevlar as well alongside Blame. But he's already been tagged at 20, and Zorta will finish him off with the deagle himself. Shelfie only a bit of an off angle in mid underneath the boost, and gets himself 3 from that. Wants some eco frags, gets himself 3. Kenzie finds the last. 13-7. Not beyond the realms of possibility that something could come through here for forZe, but they need to stay solid. And Astralis haven't probably even dipped into their strat book on T side just yet. So there's a long way to go. A lot on the line, of course, as well. I wouldn't be surprised if forZe do go out at this point in the major RMR cycle. I'll say probably for the first time in just under a year, roster changes could be on the horizon, as they haven't really progressed too much after those previous events. Winning CCT was good, beating OG, of course, but not much more than that. That's fine though. Mister goes down, and Shelfie just deals with Glaive. Down to 22 HP for his trouble, so he can fall back and retain a 5v3.
Nice pickup from farley. Oh. Potential to get caught. Kenzie couldn't find him, though. Peeked out at the wrong angle and missed the window to catch him nades in hand. Meanwhile, the move towards B looks pretty solid here. Just dry peeking in. Blame. Can't find the head. 2 players ready to go. Shelfie as well. It's a difficult angle to clear. Blame will go down.
Yep.
And there strikes Shalfie. Very well played from the forZe boys. The defense looking pretty solid so far, Trav.
Yeah, very nice. And Astralis, again, that was a full gun round, which didn't really have much venom whatsoever, right? There's a few plays that they had. Timings could have gone their way, but the fact they had, of course, the extra player over on B as well, boosted up on the box, made it impossible for them to guess. And this is the right time for a tactical timeout. You can use it here, and maybe even use what will be a pistol round coming in to talk about it even further. Classic, use an eco for a timeout. Often pretty handy. It is their first of 4, so got plenty to work with. We could be needing them as well. Shalfie having a good performance again. 16-11. I mentioned he's the star rifler, really, for this roster. Play with confidence, he told me. And forZe can beat anyone. Let's see if that's true.
Here we go. Basic execute for Astralis rolling forwards. Kenzie going to find the first one to play. Maybe they get a bomb plant here, especially if Mr. hits shots like that while half blind. A few more flashes around. Jerry above the smoke going to find one. About to get overwhelmed, though. However, he manages to survive, and the bomb never makes its way to be planted. 9th round for forZe.
That's a good
fallen
recovery
back
from Jerry.
on the default there, haven't I? It's just forZe, apparently, guys.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
There's that's a habit of both of ours, and I think I had a chat with Yumi, fellow commentator, the other day. He said he found an interview where someone on an official forZe channel said forZe and not forZe. I've always wanted to say forZe because the Z is capitalized, right? So it's maybe understandable, but yeah, apparently it's just forZe, and we'll try and stick with that one. Farley going for the duel, but Zorta takes his head off. 400 damage, deals with that one nicely, and again, Mr. maybe a bit delayed on the trade because of the Molotov, and Jerry finds him too. Glaive tagged down to 23. Astralis have lost their potency here.
Crazy. It is crazy. The gap's closing really quickly, isn't it? You know, this is kind of worrisome, you have to say. But we'll see. 5v3.
forZe on the edge of double digits. Astralis, in this sort of situation, with no extra money available, saving seems a little bit pointless, I would say. Try and do some damage. forZe have built up a really good bank, though, so whittling that down is going to be very difficult. Shalfie 11.4. Zorta's on 10 as well, and now the counter utility is going to destroy Glaive's chance of peeking too deep. Jerry gets one more. He can dive underneath the balcony. He's going to be fine. Blame will hop away, and now maybe the save call is going to come in. Glaive still holding the angle. Jerry can find him if he swings wide at the right timing. Body spotted, but doesn't want to take any risks. He knows that if forZe win another round with 5 players alive, they're going to be almost maxing out at this rate in a couple of rounds' time. blameF has utility as well, so it's worth a save.
Yeah, very problematic, though. I mean, they're getting a taste of their own medicine here. The T sides of both squads looking pretty lackluster, I think it is safe to say. Very curious. Astralis probably take a timeout here, to be honest. Don't really have the money moving forwards, and the gap is closing quickly. So there it is. Thank you very much, guys. Wonderful stuff.
They listen to you. Why aren't you the coach?
Well, isn't that the question? I mean, perhaps I will have to get on to them about that. But no, yeah, I mean, it's fair, because it makes sense. That's why they've gone for the timeout, right? Like,
yes.
The great minds think alike, and indeed, really, really solid stuff.
Would you do in a round like this? What would be your plan when you have an AWP, an AK, and really not much around it? How do you get the AWP and the AK into the action in a round like this? Do you try and take point with the AWP, and the pistols can swarm and the rifle can take over, or it's very difficult when forZe have this much comfort?
I feel like you know, the spawn's not fantastic. Maybe a quick look towards mid, and then Something along those. Definitely towards B, I think, when you have this type of a buy. Blame is going to be the one at mid with the presence. Meanwhile, trying to get that AWP into play pretty quickly, it would look. Hold for the push. And yeah, maybe just group up and contact behind it, to be honest. Get the utility out of your opponents and do something simple. I always like a simple game plan and focus on overperforming with your mechanics in a round like this, you know?
Yep. Well, it looks like B is the focal point. Norvi is here, but he's the only one. Rotation coming in from Zorta at the right time here. They do have a smoke for the cross. Maybe to block off the window. Norvi playing bench. He's been a bit starved of action so far in this game, but he's about to have lots come his way. The drop down will come in, and Blame holds it, and he holds it to perfection. Zorta now needs at least one, but will they even choose to face him? That's the question. Oh my goodness. Zip has just ruined Zorta's day. And in a matter of a few seconds, it's a 5v3 for Astralis out of absolutely nothing. He was blind, Zip. I don't even know if he saw him before he got that frag, but forZe can still fight their way in. Jerry needs his frag toward Mister. Will he predict it? He does. He looks away at the wrong time. And now Shalfie and kenzie will probably be falling away. Astralis win a critical 14th when they looked out of ideas.
Yep, and that's it, right? Like I said, keep it simple. Let's just move in, and the individuals do indeed pop off. They have that ceiling that's insanely high, and when you're not having to consider other things, you're not having to think, your brain's just fully act.
I think Scriv may have timed out, question mark. I've lost communication with my main man. Hope everything's going to be okay. Cut out just in mid-sentence. He was in full flow, guys.
I know, I think I am back. Maybe.
You are back. Hello, I hear you again.
Some good comedy for the stream there.
We're all good. I hear you again. Hopefully the stream does as well.
Yeah, I feel like we've given enough signs to production to let us know that, you know,
we're all good.
I maybe can't be heard, but we're all good.
We're good.
Great banter. Don't really know what's happened there. It was a very quick sort of lag out, and I'm back. Maybe we'll, you know, batten down the hatches for another lag out, but either way, speaking of battening down the hatches, Shalfie has managed to find the opener. He's a little bit considering the smoke push, isn't he? Clave doesn't know where to look or where to go. If only he'd kept his back turned, there might have been two available for him on A, but not the case. 4v3.
Man advantage for forZe to work with. Norvi looking to play a bit more of an aggressive angle. Jumping up on the van. Holding the edge of that smoke in case someone's crawling through. And Mister's going for a late lurk through mid here. Coming up cat to B. Possibly could be a way to get in. Not really anyone gathering. This could be a risk at the moment. Norvi's going to be in the middle of nowhere. Just falls away in time. And that flashbang actually kind of helps him out, I think, Norvi, to fall back toward bench. But Mister is still creeping up there, waiting for him to clear out all the tight angles. But now he's shown his presence, and Norvi has to deal with bench once again. Good damage, finds Zip. Immediate trade for Mister. 2v3. 25 seconds to get this bomb down, and farley's found kenzie. What a great pick that could prove to be. But if he exposes himself to window a little bit, he could get found by Zorta. He's lucky. He escapes. And now Zorta has to predict there could be a man up close, and now, with Farley going down to Jerry, Mister is stuck between two players, and Zorta will find him, and the game's still on. It was only a flash in the pan for Astralis. Full gun rounds. They cannot find one to save their life right now. And forZe close the gap to 3 again.
Perhaps a timeout. Again, I feel like they really just do not know how they're winning rounds, you know, and there's not really been a great deal since they won the pistol in this second half. forZe are not backing down. forZe are not dropping it. I mean, this is what we came for, isn't it? The glorious Counter-Strike, and it really is here. Listen,
yeah.
Maybe I should be coaching them. There's another timeout coming in from Astralis, as called. They do have money to buy, thank goodness, because they won out on a low buy. But it's just finding a way in. That's what they've been struggling with here.
Yeah, and the one round they found a way in was with a singular entry toward B. Blame with the singular AK taking Norvi down on bench. And Zip basically full blind, taking the AWP out of the equation, right? When you thought Zorta could get it back and make a 4v4 retake happen. So Yeah, big for Astralis that one round, but still, you know, whenever your opponents are on 14, you always feel like you have a chance, right? There's always something there for you. You can have one more tiny error rather than losing the map off of just one. kenzie having a look at mid. Mister then creeps out just as he falls away, and shelfie could be giving it a glance at the right time, and the peek is perfect. And again, mid is ruined. Mid hasn't worked too much for either team so far this game, has it?
No, not really. To be honest, a bit weird the way that it's panned out like that, but they do both seem to be mid specialists. And in some ways, maybe for all the wrong reasons.
Unfortunately so. 2 left for Astralis, Zip and forZe. And saving in this situation, I'd probably advise against. I would take the loss bonus here every day of the week. So I think there might be a chance of even buying with the loss bonus. Zip can at least get an AK instead of the Galil. That's where Shalfie is. Top of the short bricks, takes him out. Now forZe just be looking for a quick trade. I say quick, he's creeping in, but the only thing he really can do, if he stomps around, it would be way too easy for Shalfie. Could be another situation where we see forZe win around with all 5 players alive, and there it is. Look at that money. Jerry 14.3, Zorta 13.7, Shalfie nearing the quintuple digit range as well. Astralis are going to have to fight their way through a full buy for basically the rest of the game if they are going to win this in regulation. forZe are loaded.
Scary stuff. Scary, scary stuff. I mean, how many times I'm sure Astralis have been in a position like this, some of the players in this squad, but all the same, forZe have turned over a new leaf, confident in their CT side, and you can see why. Shalfie will find Zip on the early. And there you have it, forZe again looking good. And when they are in this groove, they've said themselves, it really elevates their gameplay. And yeah, it definitely has here in this second half.
It helps them go for picks like that as well, right? I mean, I think they know that it's probably half buy, Mac 10s, Deagles, pistols, but yeah, Shalfie very comfortable to go for that peak. Probably feels like he's the best player on the server. And the numbers right now, can't argue with that. Creeping in toward B once again, Astralis, and the Molotov is a little bit deep, but it still blocks them off, and the smoke will have to be used to get past it. kenzie looking to defend, but this time he's got Norvi, of course, the regular B anchor, in to help him as well. And it's an absolute wipeout again. Astralis have not got a single kill in the last 2 rounds. It's clean for forZe. They're almost maxing out of their cash. They're just 1 behind now. This is getting spooky, Astralis. We've seen this happen before.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Nearly out of timeouts as well, to be fair, on the Astralis side. They've got 1 more remaining, but, you know, I'm sure they have touched on and talked about this here round. Another attempt in towards mid, Jerry. They're not actually going to fully commit round the corner, and he may well have fallen. Double mollies. Now they burst round after the initial utility. Very quick indeed. Meanwhile, Zip in the apartments, just holding it down, just playing for the info. This is so much faster from Astralis, to be fair, getting this control. blameF in the connector. The danger man himself, Shalfie, on the other edge of this smoke.
Oh,
Crossfire with the mid player.
Oh, that could fade favourably.
Not looking in the right way. And Shalfie will get 2. That's big. That is big. That's a bomb drop as well. What's the move? Where do we go from here? Another man advantage dropped.
Blame has to be the point man here. He's coming on the flank. I don't think they have any idea this is a possibility. Zorta's going to get caught, but Jerry's found Glaive in the meantime, so Blame has to get this kill straight away, and Zorta gives him a quick glance, so Blame gets spooked and takes him down immediately. But still, 3v2, and look at kenzie. He's chasing down Zip from behind right now, and Zip doesn't know that he has to hurry up. Kill in the back should be coming in, but it's still critical damage, even if kenzie can't finish it off. It forces Zip to jump into the arms of Norvi, and Blame can't complete the spray. It's 14 all. Round 30 is guaranteed. Astralis, where have you gone? I think that is that 10 of the last 11 rounds for forZe? The only one they won, Astralis, of course, was that half buy with the recovered AWP and AK. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, Shalfie is the big one in that round, of course. Well read, well predicted, but it just doesn't look as coordinated as you'd want from Astralis. Frustrated, annoyed. Got to tap into some of that, you know, wheeling and dealing that they had, to be honest, in the half-by round that we keep harkening back to. Keep it simple. Stupid, as the saying goes, you know, or stupid simple, whichever way round you like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
one's
you're
a little
right.
bit more offensive than the other. But yeah, it would be really nice to see a round like that come out from them again. You know, with the rifles. Just group up, simple execute, and move towards the B site. But again, we're seeing, you know, a big, fast pace change up. Let's see here, Mister with the distraction to try and get this player in towards short. Bomb in apartments. So it looks like it'll probably be a B play. They're trying to fake out on the A side of things. blameF around the smoke. kenzie ready for him. Naded hand, though, and blameF's got the angle. That is massive. The first time in a long time that we've seen Astralis find an early advantage. Yeah.
In this half, Astralis have won the pistol, the conversion, and that eco round. Those are the only 3 they've won. But now they have a great chance. Glaive could catch Norvi, but Shalfie picks him from bench just at the right time to save his teammate. Back into a 4v4, and now they're going back toward A again. They were putting early pressure on it before and then fell back off of it immediately. Blame, with that 1 kill, still lurking around in mid, but Jerry is now wary of a possibility of A being taken. Spots out Zip and destroys him on the bricks. What a shot that is from the IGL. Zorta has the line on the cross as well. They don't have a smoke. They don't have a smoke to block out Zorta. It's going to be a nightmare. He takes 1. He spots Farley crossing to plant the bomb as well. It has to be blamed to cover off his teammate. And he gets 2 more kills, but it still might not be enough. Zorta takes him out. And it's map point forZe. Can you believe it?
Unreal. This was a 13-6, I believe we were looking at, right? They came away with the pistol. As soon as the rifles have come into play, it's been all about forZe. It really has. The one little hiccup in the middle.
Where do you go here?
Yeah, they don't care, mate. They don't care. It's been perfect play, and Astralis, again, same kind of setup at mid. A few variations on it, I suppose. They only need one of them to work at this point to get the overtime. And again, Mister will find an opener. They need, obviously, to make that work, but so far, not so good, even with the openers.
Kenzie's going to be kicking himself if eventually Astralis take this to overtime, because in that situation, that's twice now he's died in con without getting a single kill. He's died for free at the most important period of the game. And now they're going to be popping toward B as well. Norvi catches Glaive falling down, though, and he's been great toward the defense on B. 2 insta-headshots, 3 insta-headshots, looking for 4. Oh, my goodness, he's even bailed out by Shalfie, and Zorta finishes it off. What a comeback from forZe. How on earth do you break that one down? Astralis are 1 map away from missing their first major in 6 years. See you after the break.